Hey, what's going on everybody? Leroy from NoiseGate here, and I know that we love to review new gear, and today is no exception. The Lords at Korg have sent us this, the brand new Volca FM2, which is the updated Volca FM in their range. Now let's just rewind it back a little bit. Back in 2016 when it was released, the Volca FM was widely seen as a major triumph for Korg. It was a small, compact, 3-voice synth that packed all the power of FM synthesis into a tiny little bitty box that even had MIDI, making it a perfect synth module. In fact, the Volca FM was key to the resurgence of FM synthesis around this time, and now FM synths are trendier than an almond milk latte. And in my mind, it makes it difficult to understand why you would even need to spend a lot of money on an expensive FM synth, especially now with the updated version, the Volca FM2. Whilst the Volca FM did achieve legendary status, it did receive some criticisms, like it only had 3 notes polyphony, it wasn't velocity sensitive, and it didn't have MIDI output. All of which have been achieved with the new Volca FM2, which replaces the previous line of Volca FMs. So let's dive in and have a squeeze. Alrighty, so for context, I brought in the Volca FM1, and this is the Volca FM2. I'm going to call it the Volca FM1 and the Volca FM2, just so we kind of know what's going on here. All right, I'll turn this on. It's got powered by batteries, and as you can see straight away, the differences are visually is that we have a red LED versus the turquoise LED, which looks a little bit more DX7 if you ask me. I much prefer this colorway. Other than that, we've got kind of like a bronze sort of like faceplate and gold text as opposed to the black and kind of the gray. So visually it sort of pops a little bit more. Also, you can see they've done away with the 5-pin MIDI input and replace it with a MIDI input and a MIDI output, which is you kind of have to use these TRS to MIDI adapters, which don't come included, which is kind of annoying, but you can pick these up from a retail store for about $5 each. However, it does give you MIDI output, which is super handy, especially when you're kind of like integrating into the rest of your music studio. What else do we have? Well, we've also got this here, you might notice, reverb. They've added in a reverb, which is really nice. Before we only had the chorus. But the major deal about this is that the Volca FM2 doubles the polyphony. So we're going from a 3-voice poly FM synth to a 6-voice poly FM synth, and the Volca FM2 responds to velocity, which is really important. It really makes this much more of a a complex, nuanced instrument as opposed to the Volca FM. As much as I love it, this is a serious upgrade. So why don't we move this away and have a little squiz at this guy. I'm not going to use the keypad to play sounds because I'm not very good at it. I'm going to use my KeyStep 37 here. I have the MIDI output plugged into the MIDI input, so I can use the keys here to play some notes. So traditionally we were only able to play 3-note chords on the Volca FM, but now we have a that's double the polyphony of that, so we can play 6-note chords. And I'm going to use the KeyStep Pro chord function to do that for me because I'm really quite terrible at actually playing chords. So here I'm going to program a -7 chord with 6 notes. Nice. Now you can notice the reason why it sounds so dreamy is because we have the reverb on and the chorus. Right? And what I really like about this is, my first question actually when I got this was, can I change the parameters of the reverb? And the answer is sort of. You can press the function button and turn the arp division knob, and that will turn up the volume of the reverb. So it's basically the mix output. So I'm just going to turn it up all the way. So that's maximum, and then I can turn it all the way down. Basically not much at all. So let's just bring it all the way up again. And I can actually do the same with the chorus. I can turn the mix output up of the chorus, something that you weren't previously able to do with the Volca FM1. So let's just turn it all the way down. And now let's turn it all the way up. So you're pressing the function button and the arpeggiator type knob. So this is all the way up. So it's pretty amazing for just a tiny little itty bitty box. Let's check out a couple extra patches. So if I press the memory button and select the next patch. And also something we have is velocity sensitivity. So this will be a major one, especially for all the keyboard players out there. Now it's finally a Volca that you could absolutely take on stage, plug in using a MIDI controller and play it like a real instrument. Not to say that the Volca FM wasn't a real instrument, it absolutely was. But as I said before, it had some limitations. Let's just hear what some of these patches sound like without the reverb and the chorus. It's actually a really nice sounding reverb for literally just an on-off functionality. As you turn the mixed output up, it really makes it sound quite ambient and big. It's quite ethereal. Especially when you add that chorus. So there you have it. As far as I can tell so far, this still captures all the things that I've come to know and love about the Volca FM, but it is so nice to see these new features brought forward. 6 voices of polyphony that are velocity sensitive is obviously a major one for many people. The added reverb sounds really nice, and being able to attenuate the mixed output is also a really nice feature. I kind of might miss the 5-pin MIDI input, but you know, having the trade-off with the MIDI output is a really nice feature as well. So I'm pretty happy to see that brought forward. If you have any questions, bang them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.